Well, Coach, I know when you left last night, you were busy designing the practice how to go today.
Guess you're going to have to ask Joe Dumais. He's a guy who ran practice today. But thanks for asking.
All right. I know we're just getting transitioned here. We will, again, just take your questions as we have them. Ken, first multi-part question.
Give me a reputation, Dave. Ken Shaw from the Schenectady Gazette. Guys, how important is it not to get let down, have a letdown going into this championship game? And obviously, the first time for you guys to be in this situation in an NCAA title game.
Matt?
Yeah, it's huge. You want to get out to a quick start, and hopefully we can learn from last night's game that you got to really bring it from the opening shift. But we're just treating it like any other game. You prepare the same way, and you just got to be ready to go.
Ghost? What's with Ghost, by the way? How did that all come about? I know some people here in Philly might not know.
It was actually Josh Juris who gave me. I don't even remember. I was my first day at Union, my freshman year. He just came up to me. He's like, "What's up, Ghostbusters?" I was like, "That's not my last name," but it's stuck ever since, and it's a pretty cool nickname.
Very nice.
But yeah, just what Bo just said. We're just trying to keep everything as routine as possible here. We know it's a big game. We know it's on the line here, but we're just going to stick to our game plan and just play our game.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree. We've learned from the past. Both teams deserve to be in this game, so we're going to have to come out to a good start, stick with our same process that we've been using all year. It's just another game for us. I mean, we've learned from the past, and we're ready for this game.
Okay, right behind here. We'll just weave our way around. We're good.
Sean Martin with the Times Union. Guys, Matt, you had said during the week this was a business trip, and I thought last night after the win, as dramatic as it was, I thought the celebration was a little subdued. Does that go in with the mindset of the team that you came here, as Coach said, to play more than one game?
Absolutely. It was a huge win for the team and for the program, but at the end of the day, it's just a semifinal game, so you really haven't won anything yet. I think that's why guys weren't, celebrating as much as some people might expect.
Sam Donnellan with the Philadelphia Daily News. Rick, I don't want to paraphrase you wrongly, but I think last night you talked about when you first came, pushing these guys to quote-unquote uncomfortable areas. If I have that right, I'd like all three of you to address where you think you've gone in the process in terms of that, if you understand what he's talking about in that.
Is that accurate, Coach?
It's right on.
Perfect. All right, Cole.
Yeah, Coach Bennett expects a lot out of us, and what I think he means by that is, every practice he pushes us to that uncomfortable point where, we'll learn from our mistakes, and, he'll push us into those areas where we can make mistakes and we can learn from them, and, we'll see that in games. You make a mistake, and then we've made those mistakes in practice, and we'll be able to learn from it and respond quickly.
Shayne?
Yeah, what Cole just said, Coach, you'll think it's an easy practice, but Coach will put that practice plan up, and you're like, wow, it's a battle day, I guess, and he just puts us in places where we don't get too comfortable and complacent, and it's important because sometimes with all this stuff, you can get caught up in it, and Coach and Bodes and all the leaders just kept us level playing field here and just kept us down to earth.
Matt?
I read a quote, I'm not sure who it was from, but it said, great players learn to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And I think that's what the coaching staff has tried to accomplish with this team. And I think guys have done a good job of pushing their comfort levels and finding out how to be comfortable in those uncomfortable spots.
Here, and then here.
Mark Singelis from the Albany Times Union. Matt, when you beat Minnesota at their place as a freshman, how significant a win was that for the program? At the, where your program was at that time?
That was a massive win for us. Guys were really excited. It was an overtime game. It was at their place. It was one of the bigger programs we've ever beaten, and it's all about taking baby steps. And I think that was a huge step in the growth of Union College.
Okay, right behind you here.
Jim Conley from U.S. College Hockey Online. Rick, what little you've done in breaking down Minnesota, what are some of the dangers that they present to you?
Well, just a lot of depth. Obviously, our goaltender is phenomenal. We have to make sure that we get some traffic in front of him. That's a standard coach speak that you're going to hear. But in general, we just have to be sharp. It's more about us, I feel, same as it was last night against Boston College. and we don't need to help them out either.
Okay, in the back there.
For any of the players.
Could you,
Adam Kibbleman from NHL.com. After an emotional win like you guys had last night, how was it to decompress? Did you guys get a lot of sleep last night? And did you stay and watch any of the second game?
Matt,
No, we right after our game, we saw our parents for a bit and said hi to everyone. But then it was back to the hotel and get some rest. I think most of the guys were watching that game in their beds, which was nice. And it's nice to play that first game and get that a little bit extra rest. I don't know if it's going to have that much of an effect with this day off in between. But it was nice to get back to the hotel and start shutting it down.
Shayne, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, just like Bo just said, it was definitely nice to get that little breather right there. But we just got on the bus, came back, and got a good meal in us, and just watched the game in our rooms.
Cole, did you make it up, Cole, all the way to the end?
What's that?
Did you make it up all the way to the end? It was pretty late.
We had some adrenaline after the game, so I think we were up for a bit. But like they said, we enjoyed it for about an hour or two, and once we went to bed, we put it behind us. And this morning, it's all our focus is on Minnesota.
Coach, you were here, or you were watching?
Yeah, I had a chance to, as a staff, we watched the game here live. I think we were on the moon here when we watched it. We were so high up, but it kind of gave you a nice perspective of the game. And just got back, broke down Boston College game. The other staff, Coach Tapp, Coach Dume, broke down, Minnesota. So we both had things going at the same time, and woke up today, watched a little video, put Boston College to bed, and I guess tomorrow we'll address Minnesota here. So that's the format for us.
Okay. Back there.
Megan Ryan from the Minnesota Daily. You guys had an emotional win last night, but Minnesota arguably had even a more emotional win. Do you think that's going to affect them at all heading into the Saturday game?
Megan, who's that for?
For any of the players, sorry.
Guys, Cole, give it a shot there.
At this level, I think our team and their team respectively, you can deal with those emotional games, and like we handle, I'm sure they're handling it the same way. They're probably just going to put it behind them and start focusing on the next game. So I don't think it'll have any effect.
Matt, anything to add on that?
I think both teams have a little bit of momentum coming into tomorrow's game, but it's about keeping an even head. You don't want to let your lows get too low and your highs get too high. So I think both teams will be just ready to go and preparing for each other for tomorrow.
Okay.
Sam Donnell, Philadelphia Daily News again. Shayne, picking up on that first question I asked, from day one to now, what are you most happy with in terms of the progression of your game, and what are you most frustrated with?
My game? I would have to say some of the stuff off the ice, becoming a leader, learning from both these guys and Coach Bennett, just controlling my emotions sometimes, just learning from that. And with my game, just the defensive side and just learning every day and just being a sponge out there, learning from players, learning from our coaches, and just being a good listener out there. Sorry? Sometimes you get frustrated out there. Sometimes it doesn't go your way, and just keeping it all in, control your emotions, because if you're a leader on the team, the young guys are going to look at that, and it's not too good.
Okay, Ken, then Jim, then Adam.
Ken Schatz, Schenectady Gazette. Rick, looking back that Minnesota game back in the Mariucci Classic, how important was that for the development of the program, winning that game out there?
Well, Matt touched on it. It was a monumental win for us because we went out there a few years previous, and I'm not even sure what the score was. Ken, you probably know. I think it was like 9-1 or something like that, and yeah, something like that. So it wasn't pretty. And I know one of our defensemen at the time, one of our better defensemen, Lane Cafaro, found his way through the crease and ran their goalie over, and I think we had to put him in the stick bag to get him out of there because it was pretty hostile. So it was one of those things. And to come back and have that win in overtime was really special. And who knows? Maybe it sets the tone at that time for where they are today.
Had to put him in the stick bag. I like it. Jim?
Jim Connolly from U.S. College Hockey Online. Matt, can you put into some perspective what getting to a national championship game means for the program, and if there's even a way to describe what it would mean to win this game for Union?
It's great for the school. It's great for the program. It's great for players and everyone involved to get to this point. As far as winning it, it'd be huge. it's just I don't really know if you can put it into words, but it'd just be huge for everyone involved.
Adam Kimmelman from NHL.com. Rick, we asked Don Lucia in the last press conference, do you have to say anything to the guys after coming off an emotional win like that? And I want to ask you the same question, but it seems like your guys pretty much have seem pretty level, pretty even, and nobody's too up at this point. Is that kind of how you feel the team is right now?
Yeah, because it seems like we've gone through a lot of these past weekends, which were very fortunate. But these guys have obviously given us a chance to have these moments here. They're probably sick of my let's not get too high or too low speech, but I really don't have to say too much at all because these guys know the drill. And they act like professionals, and it's really nice to. They make it easy basically after games.
Right here, front.
Rick, a few weeks ago in a separate story.
You gotta
I'm sorry, Sam Dinell, Philadelphia Daily News. The GM here talked about how it's great to have guys that they're interested in playing in college. I'm an old goat too. I feel like that's a bit of a sea change. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but that they're happy now to see kids mature through the college system rather than grabbing them themselves at 17 or 18. Can you comment on that?
I'm in the college racket. I'm not a GM, so obviously we like that a lot. As you're seeing more and more college players play on after. I think it's great. It's great for hockey. Obviously we're in the States here, but I'm sure in all of Canada, look at the players that are going to college too as well. You're seeing more and more of those players coming out of college too, and it's nice to see.
Okay, anything further? Doing good? Okay. Guys, thanks very much. Best of luck tomorrow. It'll be fun. Great drama yesterday. It was fun. Yeah, fun.